Hello everyone, Fancy here, you're watching Fantavision, and today Gearbox finally announced Borderlands 3. It's been a long time since the last one. I think the last one came out, it was on the 360. Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel came on the 360 and PS3 as well. Which I always wondered, it's like, why didn't they just wait a little bit? Maybe work on the pre-sequel a little bit longer and then put it on the new console? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Borderlands 3 is finally announced. They finally have a gameplay trailer instead of just a teaser, which is always nice. But there's no release date yet. So that's a little bit frustrating. We're supposed to wait until early April. I think it was April 3rd or something like that. And just stop stringing us along. They did that in the press conference too. It's like, I understand that you guys really haven't made any noteworthy games recently. Your last one was a bit of a failure. But I mean, just don't do that. I mean, they literally went through every single thing before they got through to Borderlands, even a card game. And I get you want to save the best for last, but when there are that many technical issues in your presentation, it makes it so much more painful. I know that's not their fault, but my lord, that made the reveal so much more painful to wait for. Because they just kept doing like thing. It's like, okay, they're adding the 4K texture pack to, 2 in the pre-sequel. That's great. That's cool. They're showing off fan art. That's neat. They're showing off, they're bringing back Borderlands 1 remastered. So that's cool. Borderlands 1 was okay, but they are adding a couple new features. They're adding a 4-player split screen. They're adding the more customization, like the heads, stuff like that. More themed stuff instead of just recolors. They're going to be adding the shift keys, which I guess cool. I don't really know who asked for that, but whatever. I'm not going to... More content, the better. That's great. That's wonderful. It's good that it comes with all the DLC. They're not pulling an Activision and charging extra for all of it, but they kind of are, in the fact that it's going to be about $30. At least is what I've heard. It's going to be about $30 for the Borderlands 1 remastered re-release. So, that's okay, I guess. If it was $20, it would be a day one buy. I'd buy it immediately, wouldn't even think about it. Like, cool, can't wait to relive nostalgia. But for now, I'm just going to wait till it hits $20. I mean, it's the first Borderlands. It's super old. You're re-releasing it, that's fine. But I feel like $20 would have been fair for that. They're not even coming out with a Switch. What are you doing? There's no port for the Switch? What are you guys doing? What would have been a crazy announcement besides Borderlands 3 that would have really knocked it out of the park? Because it's already really cool that they announced Borderlands 3, and we'll get into that in just one second. But if they announced the Handsome Collection for the Nintendo Switch, that would have been awesome. That would have been freaking awesome. But they didn't for some reason. I don't get it. They're not coming out with Borderlands 1 or 2 or the pre-sequel for the Switch. I don't... They're leaving money on the table. They're pulling a Nintendo. You would print money if you put the Handsome... You know what? Better yet, put 1, 2, and the pre-sequel in some crazy combo pack for the Switch. That would sell like hotcakes. I mean, seriously. Hell, you could sell that and the first one separately, and you would still make a shit ton of money. I don't know what they're thinking. Why isn't Gearbox putting this game on the Switch? They made the graphics cel-shaded, and it came out back on the 360. It could handle on the 360. The graphics are perfect for the Nintendo Switch. You could easily clean them up. I know every game nowadays they say, oh, we'll just put it on the Switch. For a lot of games, I understand why people are like, stop saying that. But this is a multiplayer looter shooter that I feel like would play perfectly on the go. It was ported to the Vita, for crying out loud. You can't tell me that the Switch is not a good idea. Seriously. It's begging to be ported to the Switch. And I feel like this event would have really been even better if they had done that. Anyway, I wanted to get that out of the way. Borderlands 3 looks freaking awesome. It says explore new worlds, and it showed all of these different landscapes, a city environment. They showed like a jungle. There's like these dinosaur enemies now. There's 2 new villains instead of just Handsome Jack. There's a whole new set of villains in general. The, Children of the Vault. And there's going to be, I've heard gun customization. There's billions of guns, of course. There's just an insane amount from that gun generator system. There's 4 new characters you can play as with new skill trees. There's all of the characters from the old games and the new one, and they're The graphics look even better. And it's just, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I like the Borderlands series a lot because I'm always down for more couch co-op games. I mean, the more the better. And I understand that they're kind of shoehorning in co-op in the last generation, but they were doing it in a really sloppy way, and a lot of them required 2 copies of the game. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Dead Space 3 was not split screen. It wasn't, which is stupid. It would have been not a great game. I mean, the 1 and 2 were kind of masterpieces, but it would have been so much better if they had couch co-op. Fear 3, again, not a great game, but if they had... Well, I guess they did have couch co-op, but it was like that weird thing where the screen is diagonal. Anyway, I love couch co-op games. I've been replaying all the Halo games with my buddy SBS because it's just so much fun to sit down and play a game with a buddy. To me, it's always better. That's why I love board games. So I'm so happy Borderlands 3 is coming out. It's obviously going to have split screen. I don't know if it's going to have 4-player split screen. That might be pushing it. But because, like I said, with that cel-shaded graphic style, they make it so the game still looks good, and they can have a lot going on without it, frame dropping. I did have frame drops back on the 360, but that's old hardware, so I'm hoping with the Xbox One, PS4, well, PC didn't have any problems, but I'm hoping with these new consoles, we're not going to see any frame dips, and the game is going to run, hopefully, at a smooth 60. That would be wonderful. I feel like with these graphics, it's totally possible, and I'm just super excited. So, after watching that trailer, I mean, it had Grizz on in the background. I don't know if you know who that artist is, but if you enjoyed the background music, I highly recommend you look up who Grizz is, because amazing artist, kind of a electronic producer who plays the saxophone in the middle of his songs. It's great. So I'm really hyped for this game. I'm excited to see what all the new characters have in store. There's going to be more information coming soon. Other stuff from the show. I don't remember what the stupid card game was. I kind of paused it, groaned a bit, and then kind of ignored the live stream for a bit so I could skip ahead to hopefully see Borderlands 3, because they just kept teasing the damn game. My lord, it was painful. So everybody that just watched the trailer on YouTube, you missed the cringe. You missed the pain that there was. I mean, the first reveal was super glitchy and choppy, and it, again, was not their fault. It wasn't Gearbox's fault. It was the equipment at PAX. So it happens. That's what happens when you're doing a live presentations. Things go wrong. But my lord, people have been waiting for Borderlands 3 because Gearbox has not made anything great in a long time. So Gearbox needs it. We want it. Port the damn games to the Switch. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave a comment down below what you guys think of Borderlands 3. And if you think Borderlands should come to the Switch, like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See ya. For those of you wondering what I'm drinking, it's a blackberry bubbly. And for those of you wondering why I have Borderlands the Handsome Collection on both systems, is because it's because like some friends have it on this system, some friends have it on this system, and they keep planning on playing it, and then you play with them for a little bit and they stop playing, and it's just like then you wind up with, I think I have the 360 version of Borderlands 2. The pre-sequel ran like crap, though, when it first launched on the PS3. I don't know how it ran on the 360, but my lord, that was the choppiest game ever on the PS3 split screen. It was bad. It was really bad. Now it's a lot better. Now it's a lot more cleaned up, and I am hoping that this new game is free from any of these technical issues, because I'm tired of games launching broken. I'm tired of games launching with missing content. And another problem I have with the Borderlands series is it feels a bit like microtransactions. It feels like they've cut content and they just shovel it to you later. I mean, there's so much, because they show in the Handsome Collection, they talk about how much content you get. $1 gajillion worth of content or something like that. And it's like, well, yeah, you piecemeal it out to people and you charge them a ton of money. It's crazy. Whenever these games came out, I mean, I was excited to play them, but I wouldn't buy the piecemeal content. I would just play the game, beat it, play some other games, and then when the Game of the Year edition came out, I would just pick that up at discount. I'm not going to do exactly that with the new game, but I know there's just going to be a ton of DLC, and I'm just going to wait for it to all go on discount. That's how I am. I'm a cheap bastard. What can I say?